What's going on, basketball fans? My name is Josh and I am back with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Kawhi Leonard and some interesting facts about him that you might not have known before. Kawhi is one of the top 5 best players in the league and is playing in the NBA Finals, but it's so weird because yet we don't know much about him. So with that being said, let's get into it.
In the media, many NBA players who are in relationships have wives who are active on social media. In fact, there's a show called Basketball Wives that just shows the dramas of their day-to-day lives. But when it comes to Kawhi Leonard, his girlfriend is just like him. Kawhi has been in a relationship with Kashelle Shipley since 2014. She grew up in California and attended San Diego State University just like Kawhi. Out of all the superstars who are in relationships, she is the least known. Shipley is an extremely private person, and that's a good thing. She's not on social media, and in fact, she was apparently on LinkedIn, but ended up taking it down after people started sending her messages. No Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram. Kashelle and Kawhi are just living life without social media, and I respect it. Social media can be ruthless, especially when you're a player of Kawhi Leonard's caliber. I mean, even Steph Curry's wife, Ayesha Curry, has been torn up by social media time and time again. But Kawhi's girlfriend has stayed low-key and has stayed out of any possible controversy. The next fact about Kawhi Leonard is something he barely talks about publicly. Back in 2016, Kashelle and Kawhi welcomed their first child, Kalia, their first daughter. At the time, Kawhi was still in San Antonio. After her birth, Kawhi said in an ESPN interview, "It was just a great feeling once you have a child." And that was it. That's one of the only public statements he has ever said about his daughter. Fast forward to March of 2019 and Kawhi Leonard welcomed his second child. This time it was a boy. His son was born in Toronto, making him a citizen of Canada instead of a citizen of the USA. Now there are no public pictures of Kawhi's kids, and the name of his first son hasn't been confirmed either. When you think of other NBA superstars in the league, their kids are public knowledge. Think of Bronny, think of Steph Curry's 2 daughters and his son. But ultimately, you've got to respect Kawhi's decision to keep his kids out of the public eye. Allowing his children to grow up without the pressure and the unnecessary noise of social media is something that Kawhi and his girlfriend will never ever regret. Like I said earlier, people are ruthless on social media. So Kawhi and his girlfriend are doing a solid by keeping his kids out of the spotlight. When you play at Kawhi Leonard's level, everything you do is either applauded or hated by the rest of the world. Think about Kawhi Leonard's laugh back at the beginning of this season. It was everywhere on the internet. Kawhi is letting his kids grow up free of the toxicity of the internet, and you've just gotta respect it. Now, speaking of Kawhi's family, what if I told you he isn't the only athlete in his family? Kawhi is actually the cousin of the NFL wide receiver Stevie Johnson. Stevie is a couple years older than Kawhi and was born in San Francisco, California. He attended a high school in Fairfield and ended up going to Kentucky for college. After an impressive college career, he was drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 2008 and became the first pro athlete of Kawhi's family. Stevie played in the NFL until 2015, where he ended his career playing for the San Diego Chargers. The relationship between him and Kawhi have been kept on the down low, but they did take this picture at Chargers training camp. But it's interesting, you never think of Kawhi Leonard having another family member playing a professional sport. But with Stevie Johnson, that's the case. Now the last fact about Kawhi's life that nobody ever talks about is the car that he was driving when he was in the NBA. Kawhi is the definition of a humble superstar. Before Kawhi was in the NBA, he owned 2 cars in his life, a 1997 Chevy Tahoe and a silver Chevy Malibu. But even after he was drafted into the NBA, he didn't buy a new car. He kept on driving his Chevy Malibu throughout his entire first year in the NBA. Think about it, he's making millions of dollars and is driving an entry-level car. You've got to respect it. It wasn't until his sophomore season when his friends and family peer pressured him into finally splurging a little bit. Kawhi messed around and ended up copping a beautiful silver Porsche. But it just goes to show that Kawhi Leonard doesn't care about the glitz and glamour of being an NBA player. He's there because he loves basketball, and the money and the fame are pretty much an added bonus. But with all of that being said, those are some of the least known facts about Kawhi Leonard's life. Kawhi Leonard should be an example for everybody. He doesn't care about social media and just lives his life. Too many people are obsessed with how people perceive them on social media. People care too much about how many likes they're getting, their follower to following ratio, and things like that. And nobody's out there just enjoying life like they should be. And like I said earlier, people care more about how they're perceived on social media than who they are as a person. And it's a terrible way to live your life, because at the end of the day, who cares about what people think of you? It's about what you think of yourself and how much you respect yourself. And that's something that Kawhi Leonard does every single day, and it's something that we can learn from. Kawhi has made it clear that he has a strong dislike for the media. Kawhi Leonard stays low-key off the court and is proving that you can be happy, successful, and have everything you'll ever need in your entire life without the drug that social media is, and you have to respect that. But there's a reason why Kawhi Leonard is one of the most likable stars in the NBA. Whether you liked his decision to leave San Antonio, or maybe his future decision to possibly leave Toronto this summer, he's definitely the most humble superstar that you will ever come across in maybe any sport ever. And I know that's a strong statement, but it's true. I mean, taking a look at even this video, I was talking about very basic things of Kawhi's life that aren't even clear. So with that being said, those were a couple things about Kawhi Leonard's life that we never really hear about. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button for more content. This summer is just getting started, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But that's it for me. Till next time, peace.